Hey guys, and welcome back to something a little bit different. This is a live day trading day. What I'm doing today, doing what I normally do for my day trading, but also kind of swing trading discovery. And at the end of the video, I will talk about kind of exactly how I do this through the system. I'll walk you guys through it. But a lot of what I do is essentially set up the night before. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll take a look at stocks that I think have potential to move, up or down the night before. I add those into the system and I say, hey, trade these stocks if and only if certain things happen. Don't trade in the first 2 minutes. It needs to break, the high or the low of the day and some support in that area. It can't gap, right? All these stipulations around when and if to take these symbols. But the symbols that it's deciding to take are things that I have scanned myself. I take back tested scans, I filter them down by eye, and I kind of come up with these lists. So right now we're into stocks, Tiva long and CRUS short, and down on both of them right now, to be honest. CRUS kind of flopping around flat. You can see it just turned green for a second. But again, this is the way that I day trade. So the day trading, it's kind of just trying to take a couple bucks out of the market here and there as stress-free as possible. And what I will do is if I see something pop up that I really, really like and I think I'm going to hold for a long period of time, basically what I do is I just end up thinking of where I think the stop should go for a swing trade. And if it's tighter, then I will add to the position because as you guys have seen, my swing trades, I take more risk on. Again, day trades is just for quick hits. But what I would do for CRUS, for example, is I could, if I wanted to short this as a swing trade, I would probably put the stop just right above this gap here. And then I would just add into the position so that my risk would make sense. But we're going to see if I do any of that today. The market's kind of a bit crazy right now, so it may be more inducive for just day trading. So that's what I'm going to focus on today, maybe clear out by the end of today. You can see that I've got one position that's only looking at my day trading strategies. You can filter by strategies, so I've got different position windows. This one would include all my swing trades, and here's just my day trades. See what happens, and I will kind of pop in throughout the day and let you know what I'm doing and why. Okay, guys, here we are back kind of middle of the day. You can see my long trade here on Tiva stopped out. We've got big sell here. We got two other trades on the go, both short. I've actually added to both of these and lowered their stop, so my risk is about the same. The reason I did this is mainly looking at the market. We've had these bad 2 days down in a row, and then we've been kind of grinding up here slowly. And it looks like we may be finding a bit of resistance up in this area. And then both of these merged into profit. So ITCT, for example, you can see we popped up here, and then it looked like we were going to become profitable again. So I shorted a bit more, and I lowered my stop. And then we broke down here again, and I shorted some more, and then I lowered my stop. So it's right under this prior resistance that's happening here. So basically keeping the dollar risk the same, but finding ways to get more and more into the position. And then here in CRUS, same type of thing. Sorry, we were looking at CRUS the whole time. Sorry, ITCT here, basically the same type of thing, right? We pushed down. I had my stop kind of up in this area before, and I was able to lower it. And then when it broke through here, I added more into the position short. And now actually I'll drag my stop kind of right in this area here. So you can see my dollar amount for this $100 or so I'm risking on each trade remains the same. I'm just able to add more and lower it down so that if we get a runner out of one of these, it will hopefully turn into an okay day. Okay, guys, here we are back on our day trades. We actually got two additions to the family here, one being PS, triggered short here, and the other being NKTR, that triggered short. So I've moved the stops down on those. It's 2 my time, so that's 1 Eastern. It's not the end of the day, but it's getting there. So what I've done is I've just lowered the stop of these kind of dramatically. If everything gets stopped out kind of the way it is, it'll be break even, a little bit of a profit day. But again, my job here is to try to give these a bit of wiggle room because right now they're starting out as day trades. They may turn into swings, which if that happens, I will just let you guys know at the end of the day, I've closed this, and I'm keeping this and this open. Again, with Tiva being kind of the only the only jerk so far today. There's still times for the rest of them to be jerks, but that's just the way it goes. So that's essentially the way I trade. And again, I will, at the end of this video, talk about more of the exact procedure of how I do that. But it's essentially just try to find stocks that look like they'd be interesting for the next day move. Tell the system, okay, if and when these certain things happen, then trade them. And if they don't, just ignore them entirely. There's about 25 stocks, I think, on this list. And of that, we've only have 5 of them that met the criteria. And then from there, it's just manage, right? Just manage, just say, okay, let's, take a profit here. Let's move a stop here and do that kind of thing as well. So fairly straightforward, but we will, figure out if today's a good day or a bad day at the end of the day. Hey guys, and welcome back to what would be kind of the wrap up at the end of the day here. We'll quickly go through these. I just calculated out to the side because this number, this $500 number, isn't right. It's going to include some swing trades that I still have on the go. But so net here on the day for the day trades about $329. And essentially, just to look at the exits, I showed you the entries of all those just for a few. You can see that as, make this chart a little bigger, and here. So as we were trailing down all day, I just continually pulled down my stop as I showed you. And then I kind of pulled it down inside this area here as we were just kind of making this, ascending triangle looking thing. And this buy ticket here, you can see I just got ticked out right there. And then you see a sell ticket there just because I got a little bit overfilled on the long side by like 5 shares or something, some kind of rounding error or something. And then I sold out of that right here. So again, the plan was simple. The initial trade came in automatically. And again, I'll show you in a second how I do that. And then what I did is I kind of added as it looked like it was going to break down under that level, with the initial stop kind of being up here somewhere. And I was able just to lower the stop as it went. So I was able to get more shares with the same risk as it kind of established that this was the high that it was going to put in that day. And then as we started to break down, it was just dragging the stop loss level and just pulling it down until we reversed and triggered me out. And if we look at the other stocks, it will be essentially the same thing. If I take a look here at, say, ITCT, for example, it was the same thing. The initial trigger came in right here. You can see we bounced a bit and then chopped around for a while. And then when it looked like we were going to fall down again through that area, I shorted some more. And I took the stop that was kind of originally in this area, I believe, and lowered it down here and then lowered it right here. And then from there, it was just more of the same, right? Following as the market was moving lower, lowering down the stop, and then it got triggered out right here. So that's kind of how I look at the day. Again, these symbols are just kind of thrown into my blotter. And again, how I do that is, let me quickly open up here. Just open up the long. All right, let's open up the long for now. So essentially what I do is I have scans that I run at night. Start looking at these here. So I have these scans that you see here that I run each and every night. And these are basically just, again, personal scans for me. Before I get the questions, I cannot share these because they have so many custom formulas in them. They're very kind of customized to exactly what I want to see. But from here, what I can do is when I find something, for example, that I like, I can then add that to a symbol list. So say, for example, I was interested in this BANC, Bank of California, if it kind of broke up above yesterday's high. So a couple things I can do there. The easiest one is to just simply go to Tools and Options, or Tools and Symbol Lists, sorry. You can do this within the website as well. And what I usually do is have this open on one screen and the website open on the other. I go in and edit these lists that I call 1, 2, 3 long and 1, 2, 3 short. And when you edit the list, you see all the stocks you have here. So I will clear all of these out and then scan tonight. The market just closed 6 minutes ago, so I'll start my scanning and I'll go through and pick out anything that's very interesting long and anything that's very interesting short. And then I built just a little, a little alert window here. Let me just show this up, where it needs to be making a new low, and it needs to be making a new low within kind of the low of yesterday's range, sitting out the first 5 minutes of trading, and I will then feed that list in. So what that does, that filters gappers. For tomorrow, this is the short one. Say we gap down to $16 and then we made new lows, it just ignores that, same as if we gap up, because it has to be making a new low, and it has to be making a new low inside this area of the low end of yesterday's candle. So then from there, all I do is I go to my Brokerage Plus window and I edit this strategy, and I load this strategy into Brokerage Plus, and I say, okay, I actually have the first 15 minutes kind of cut out here, but I basically say anything that, I want to risk $100 on any given trade. I want the stop to be at yesterday's high, which is just a custom formula that I made. So, for example, if this is breaking down, it will put the stop at yesterday's high. And then if it's the other way around, it will put the stop at yesterday's low. And then that's it. So now, as soon as I build this list tonight from this watch list, I am done. The scan will automatically update with the new stocks I'm interested in, and then tomorrow I'll come into work and I'll sit down, and this will be empty. I got my swing trades over on this other position tab if I want to keep an eye on them, and then I have my day trades on this position tab, and I just sit and I wait. Again, just a quick video I wanted to show you about kind of how I day trade now in kind of an automatic way, just to have, more of an engagement tool than anything else. I do most of my work now on the swing trading side of things, so this is something that I can, do about maybe 20 minutes or so after the close, get all my scanning done, and then other than keeping an eye on it periodically throughout the day, I don't have to do anything. So I can continue to focus on, building new swing trading algorithms and the consulting work I do and that type of thing, and then the trades kind of handle themselves. So again, if you're interested in this style of trading, this is all done with Trade Ideas link down below, and that's an affiliate link. So if you are interested in picking it up, that will help out the channel. All right, have a good one, guys, and trade safe out there.